What's going on, everybody? Josh Pocock here, and in today's video we are going to be looking at Replit AI agents. We're going to be taking a look between Replit AI agents and Cursor IDE. Which one is better for your specific use case? Because both of these two tools have been extremely hot topics of conversation in the AI coding space. And we're also going to look how I built out this simple task analyzer tool using Replit AI agents, as well as CrewAI, which is leveraging OpenAI, but you could really use it with any model to actually analyze tasks and create a simple app, and how you can do the same thing with Replit AI agents. We're going to look at the best use cases and practices that I've found when playing around with this tool. Let's dive right into it. All right, guys, so this video could be maybe a little bit long. I'm going to try to speed run through the some certain things, but this is going to be time-stamped as well. So I want to quickly go over what we're going to cover in this video so that you will know specifically, maybe if you don't care so much about the first part, you can maybe skim through it or put it on 2x speed or 1.5, or you know where we're going to with this. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Replit AI agents versus Cursor. It's been about a day or day or two, day and a half since Replit AI agents have come out, and I did a video on them yesterday talking about it with Cursor, and it was really more of my first look. But now that I've been using it a bit more, I do have a bit more of a that I can let you guys know about where it comes to the strengths and weaknesses between these two tools. And then we're going to look at building out a Replit AI app using like how I did it with CrewAI, and like I said, the simple task manager analyzer build. Okay, so just to quickly show you what that's going to look like, let me just pull up Replit here. So this is the task analyzer app. We're going to cover this and show you how I did it, and it's really nothing too crazy. I did this in about 15-20 minutes tops, and the only reason it took so long is, I'll get into that in just a second, is just because most of the time when you're building with Replit, it's just thinking. All right, that's kind of annoying when it comes to that. But let's go ahead and say make a YouTube video on Replit AI agents. Okay, so this is my new task. Obviously, this is a task I'm doing right now. So let's have our CrewAI task analyzer agent analyze this task. Okay, so for some reason, I guess when I do make YouTube video about Replit AI agents, I only get this full output right here. Now, if I just do make YouTube video, I actually kind of get it in a little bit nicer of a output. You'll see in just a second. Yeah, so here I actually get original task, boom. I get step 1, time estimate, step 2, time estimate, step 3, 4, 5, etc. So we got plan and brainstorm video content, set up your equipment and filming location, record your video, edit finalize video after recording, publish and promote your video. And you'll see here, this is estimated it could take 2 to 3 hours to record a 10-minute video. I mean, I don't know if it's, for me, it doesn't take that long. But, and then we get the full output here, boom, boom, boom. So I guess this is the full output. It's really just this, to some degree. Yeah, it looks like it's just that. So it's the full output is showing here. I don't know why it doesn't show that for the other prompt I use there. That's the one thing I find with Replit agents, just to get right into it, comparative to Cursor, there's a lot more bugs. All right, this is a newer tool, of course, so give it the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully it will improve over time, and you'll see why too. I'll get into it in just a second, where Replit agents actually shine. So let's kind of go over a brief comparison. Okay, so here's a quick table. I'm going to skim through some of the stuff here, but we have Replit agents and Cursor AI. So AI model, I don't believe it's customizable within Replit agents at the moment. Cursor is very customizable. You can use Claude, you can use OpenAI, you can use Cursor model. You can really use almost anything. And then full development cycle with Replit, yes. With Cursor, no, you can't deploy and whatnot. But you can still do a lot with Cursor if you kind of know how to do the other stuff like deploy and whatnot. Primary focus, full stack development and deployment. And then primary focus for Cursor, code editing, generation, and still full stack development, I would say, other than the deployment mainly. User interface, so web-based IDE, so desktop and phone apps. So this is what I really like about Replit. This is something I didn't even really know until today. Basically, you can download the Replit phone app, and I have it right here on my phone. You can't really see, but I can literally be out at the gym. I could be anywhere, and I could literally I could talk to Replit AI agents. I could give it a prompt and I could build this exact same task analyzer just on my phone at the gym, going for a run outside, wherever I am. As long as you have data, you can connect to Replit agents on your phone. You can build these things out. So that's really insane. You can build and deploy on your phone without anything. So I think that's a huge thing with Replit AI agents. Anyway, so fork of VS Code for Cursor. So it's literally just a duplicate of VS Code IDE, basically. Code generation can create entire applications. Same thing with Cursor, can create entire applications and generate code snippets, functions, and whatnot. I mean, they're both can do both of those. For me personally, I'd say the Cursor has higher quality output. And we'll get into that more in later. Deployment, integrated deployment capability. So that's what's really Replit's strong suit. If you're new, if you don't want to handle package management, environment variables, deployment, Replit is such a great tool for an all-in-one, done-for-you deployment AI coding solution. All right. And I think this is the direction we're going with every tool. All right. I think eventually this is how coding will be done. So yeah, if we take that kind of framework and that paradigm and put it with stronger coding agents and better models and all this stuff, I think it's going to be very powerful. Like if Cursor was combined with Replit, it'd be insane. Okay. So anyways, and that is really just a due time where that happens. Anyways, limited deployment assistance. I mean, you're going to have to do that yourself with Cursor. Collaboration, real-time collaboration features, compatible version control systems with Cursor, language support, multiple languages, it sells in web technologies, no Next.js, very good, or decently, pretty good with Python, let's just say. Excellent support with multiple languages for Cursor. Customization limited compared to traditional IDEs with Replit, and then highly customizable behavior with Cursor. Target audience for Replit is beginners to, yes, experienced developers, and target audience with Cursor is primarily intermediate experienced developers. Yeah, so, you know, and then pricing with Replit is $25 a month or $120 per year, which is pretty good deal for $120 per year if you're going to consistently use Replit. I mean, you're going to have to bet on Replit that it's going to be something you want to use in 6 months to 12 months, which is hard to do with AI because there's always another tool popping up. But Cursor, $20 a month, but there also is a free version, so you can use Cursor completely free. As long, you're just not going to be able to access Cursor Composer, which is honestly my favorite feature with Cursor. So I'm paying $20 a month, but my AI subscriptions are really starting to stack up. I'm paying for Cursor, ChatGPT, Perplexity, V0 now. As a side note, guys, V0 I've noticed since like the last week, since everyone's been making their videos. I made my video about a week ago. Everyone's been making video. They started implementing, it seems like, more rate limitations, because before I was using V0 all by myself, like I never hit a rate limit once. And then now that there's so much hype around it, I had to buy the paid version of V0. So just letting you guys know about that. Replit agent. And if you don't know about V0, check out some of my other videos. Maybe I'll link one down below about V0. It's the best for building out UI components for React, Next.js, etc. So AI model, Replit uses a custom natural language processing model. Cursor uses a combination of pretty much any custom model to some degree. Limitations, so Replit agent, experimental product with occasional errors. Performance can vary by project complexity. Platform dependency, it's, you know, dependent on the Replit ecosystem. Learning curve, I mean, yeah, okay. And by the way, guys, some of this I did different research, got, you know, whatnot, and, you know, just being transparent, some of this was I got some help from AI to build this out, but I'm also giving you guys my input too, just after using both these tools extensively, or to the degree of how long Replit agents has been out, at least. And then so dependent on user for direction and code quality. So that's the one good thing about Replit versus Cursor. Replit will literally just do all the thinking for you, do all the implementation, and will screenshot things. You'll see in just a second, and that's really cool. But also Cursor, there's pros and cons to it, because Replit's still not as good in my opinion, so it's gonna mess up, and you're gonna have to keep telling it, and it's gonna take a lot longer because it's gonna keep messing up. While Cursor is gonna give you better output. Automated suggestions may encourage whatever over reliance on AI. I mean, I love auto suggestions, so whatever. Limited assistance with deployment and hosting. I mean, For me, that's easy, but like if you're really new, then Replit could be good, especially for getting your feet wet, right? If you don't know how to deploy, which you don't necessarily need to do right off the start, I mean, but you know, if you're just testing things out, but yeah, as you learn, you're gonna want to deploy, and then requires technical knowledge to fully utilize. And by the way, guys, just as a side note, it's never been as easy to learn new skills as it is right now. So yeah, I'm just putting that out there. For any skill, it's very simple to learn with AI, and like you can ask pretty much you have a professional tutor in every single area that you can ask at every single nuanced question. All right, so that's the really good thing. As long as you give it context on what your current situation is, and then ask AI, literally like almost any model, but Claude, Sonnet, whatever, you're gonna get really good output and learn really quickly. All right, so where they excel. For Replit, rapid prototyping and development of web-based applications, simplifying coding process for non-developers, autonomous multi-step problem solving, integrated deployment environments and hosting solutions, and then handles everything like I mentioned. And then Cursor, real-time code suggestions, completions, advanced debugging assistance, natural language commands for code generation, deep integration with existing code bases and version control systems, and then customizable AI behavior, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and the one thing, I'm not going to read through all this, but Replit agents, I mean, I mentioned this in my video yesterday, you can't use it with like things like Next.js. Here's some reasons apparently why. Runtime environment, stateless nature, limited execution time within Replit agents, and then, yeah, just about why Next.js. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but anyways, that's kind of my, at least at this moment, comparison between Replit and Cursor. If you guys have any ideas, or if you think I'm missing something, let me know in the comments down below, because I know there's a lot of people wondering, should I use Replit, should I use Cursor? All right, especially new people. If you don't know too much about either one, now you should kind of have at least some idea. And I get questions, okay, which one should I use? I'll tell you this is like the comparison here, but it also does depend on your use case and where you're at and whatnot, like, and all that good stuff. I'm using, I guess, both technically right now, but in terms of building like a project, I'm using Cursor just because you're going to get, at least especially for Next.js, I mean, obviously you can't even do that with Replit, so you're going to get better. It just makes more sense with Cursor. It just does. And honestly, if I was to build something from scratch right as of now, I'd probably use Cursor just because I get way better output and it's a lot easier for me. At least that's my developer experience, but I still really don't. Replit is not something to take lightly, okay? This interface and this dev experience for building these tools autonomously and done for you is pretty insane. So I already showcased kind of an example here, and I want to show you how I actually built this. All right, this is a very simple Python app. All right, so obviously if you're building stuff, you're probably going to want to make it more complex than this, but even still, this, just to be honest, like something like this probably would take, I could have probably got this done for me in half the amount of time with Cursor, I believe. And I mean, I didn't test it to know for sure, but let me just show you exactly how I built this. So first things first, I actually just asked Claude, hey, like give me a prompt to like give to an AI. Basically, I told it I want to make a simple app using CrewAI that I could do within 5 to 10 minutes. And yeah, give me a prompt or give me an idea of what type of app I could make, as well as give me an in-depth prompt explaining that. Okay, so when you're giving prompts I've talked about this before, prompt engineering is key. So if you're not good at prompt engineering, just ask AI to prompt engineer for you, but you do still want to have you still want to develop the skill set of prompt engineering so you can improve upon it and all that good stuff. But anyways, this isn't a prompt engineering video, but I just wanted to give you guys that little nugget right there. Anyways, so here is the prompt we got. I'm not going to read through it all, but as you can see, it's kind of in depth. It's talking about the task analyzer app, use Python. So this actually could maybe be where I reached some errors. I don't know exactly. I'm going to have to double check, but yeah, we're specifying what version of Python, where required libraries, CrewAI, LangChain, OpenAI, application structure. So we're telling it application structure, task definitions, crew setup, user input, execution, detailed component specifications, tasks, user interaction, error handling, and edge cases, sample outputs. So yeah, then I just took this prompt, literally just copied and pasted it. And if you go to your Replit, as a side note, guys, it does have a desktop app. I didn't mention this in yesterday's video, but that is cool as well. It does have a desktop app, so it has a phone app and a desktop app. Okay, so I just pasted the prompt directly into here. Now, and then I just click start building. One thing I will mention too, guys, there are templates that you can use right here. I mean, they're okay. I mean, especially if you just want to test this out, you can use some of these templates. Like I want to build a stock analysis app. Boom, you could try the prompt, and then yeah. But we're trying to build this CrewAI app, so that's what I used. Okay, once we got that, it said, okay, I'm gonna build it for you. It's gonna ask you, like I showed in the video yesterday, it's always gonna ask you if you want to implement additional features. So I checked a couple of these. All right, I'm not gonna read through all the prompts and all the iterations, because I will say, and the reason I'm not building this from scratch is because it did, like I said, it did take about 20 minutes, and I don't want this video to be so long. But I do want you guys to get a sense of how I did this, my thought process, and the iterations, and what I learned along the way. So it's going to build a prototype. You can see the history here. Installed CrewAI, configured this, that, whatever. And now it's trying to ask me to interact with it within the console. All right, kept it. Long story short, I'm just going to scroll through. I kept reaching an error, basically. And all I did when you reach an error is you're going to want to copy the error and just paste it back in here. Just keep feeding the AI the error back into it. Now, usually with Cursor, it will fix it within the first or second, third try max, I would say, because it's using Claude Sonnet. You're using Claude Sonnet. Sometimes with Replit, it can get kind of stuck in a loop. It feels like I'm getting the same error, and yeah, you sometimes may, if you can kind of see, like, give it some clues as to what the issue is. That's just what I found. I don't know. I'm still learning, of course. If you have any suggestions on how to improve this, let me know. Anyways, then it's asking for my OpenAI key, so I'm giving it that. Now it's asking me to ask the task analyzer to plan a birthday party. Was reaching another error with some Python versioning, I believe, or some versioning. And then I kept feeding the error back. And then after it asked me to use the task analyzer, it was giving me an output, but it wasn't showing the full output. So I just kept giving the output back to Replit. That's kind of how the process works. So it's going to do everything for you. And I showed this in my video yesterday, where I just did a simple thing. But yeah, you're just going to keep iterating it and giving the output back to Replit, and it's just going to keep doing its thing. Now, this process can take a little bit of time. That's the downside that I found, because it's going to just be thinking. It's a little bit slower that I personally find than something like Cursor. And yeah, so then once it actually started working, it said, okay, we're gonna spin up the Flask web interface. So we said, okay, boom. And then it basically was facing some issues, and then we just kept doing the same thing, iterating upon it. And then at the end, I just told it to style it a bit. Okay, so I know that I didn't go through the whole thing, guys. You can see the prompts here, but literally that main first prompt was all I did. Everything else, I literally just would take any error and feed it back to the AI. That's pretty much all you do as of now that I've found with Replit. All right, just a few other things, guys, with Replit. If you don't know, if you go to integrations here, you can see they have some custom integrations where you can just add your API key. If you didn't know, you go to secrets here, you can add different secrets. All right, so if you don't know, and then deploy is up here. And yeah, the cool thing about Replit and Replit AI, like I said, you can see the whole progress history here of it installing packages. It will take screenshots sometimes of the UI and show itself. So it has a lot of cool functionalities. And like I said, the strength with Replit AI agents is the whole ecosystem and the whole dev experience. All right, it's not as good that I found. If maybe you disagree and you want to tell me why Replit's better than Cursor or what strengths it has, let me know, because I'm curious. Maybe I'm missing something, guys. But like I said, at the same time, I'm not downplaying this tool. It has very good strengths, and the full ecosystem it provides is where I believe that AI coding is heading, right? Where pretty much anyone without coding experience will be able to give a simple language prompt, and the level of basic, like, that's how coding is going to be. Like the language abstraction level, like between having to know like binary or then C# or like JavaScript or whatever. Now this level is going to be English language. All right, so you can code just with English language, and it's going to do the full thing end to end, from deployment, package management, all this stuff. And that's just, I mean, the start, right? That's really just the start, and I don't think it's too far away. So it's kind of crazy what we're seeing here. But at the same time, right now with Replit, it's not as like the model and the output and whatnot isn't as good as Cursor, and that's where I'd say the two. I think Replit has a crazy ecosystem and a good system, but Cursor just, since it's leveraging better models, and as well I like the Cursor Compose feature, I'm personally probably going to build, like I'm going to continue building my projects on Cursor. I'm still going to be using Replit though, so stay tuned. I may make some more Replit videos, and if I learn things about Replit, I'm going to keep you guys posted here, guys. That's pretty much it for this video. Just a quick video. I mean, not too quick, but like I said, there's timestamps. So video on Replit versus Cursor, as well as how to leverage CrewAI or really anything with Replit, because I believe that from what I've seen, Python is really its strong suit with Replit AI agents. So I thought, why not use CrewAI? You could use another AI agent model, but I'll definitely be experimenting more with these AI agent models and actually building out more, maybe a little bit more complex things. So I'll keep you guys posted with that, as well as everything with Cursor. I may have a series coming out with that, and I got a lot of free value for you guys, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for the recent 5,000 subscribers. If you're new here, make sure to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. We upload videos every single day on AI, automation, AI coding, business growth, marketing, sales, really anything, a diverse, you know, topic of type of contents around those type of things. So I'm going to continue improving the content for you guys, and your feedback's always appreciated. If you want me to cover a video on a specific thing, or if you have any specific questions, let me know in the comments down below, guys. Also, if you haven't already joined our free community, stridecommunity.com, our free Facebook group, free Discord channel, check out the links down below, and I will see you in tomorrow's video, guys. Keep hustling, keep grinding, and of course, guys, accelerate your stride. Take care.